So if you know me, subdivisions are not my personal preference. I do not like them very much and personally don't want to be living in a big old cookie cutter subdivision. However, and I'm not saying that it's wrong for everyone, my in-laws live in a subdivision, my parents live in a subdivision and the suburbanites, and it's not bad. It's just not what I personally want to be living in. However, I just held an open house with my real estate team in a newer subdivision that has me rethinking subdivisions as a whole. And I could personally see my family and I moving ourselves out there because it just has so much to offer. So what is the subdivision I'm talking about? It is Newtown, located in St. Charles, and it might be the right place for you. Hi, my name is Nathan. I'm a local realtor here in St. Louis, and I love helping people find the right home for them. I know a lot of people that did not have the greatest buying experience or didn't know everything about the home buying process or the neighborhood that they were moving into. And then a few months or a year later, they absolutely regretted it, didn't fit their family's lifestyle, didn't like different things about their home or their neighborhood, subdivision, or even the county that they were living in. And so I want to make sure and be a straight shooter on saying all the good things and the bad things about living in St. Louis. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell, because every week I am just dropping a truth bomb about what it's really like to be living, eating, playing, and sleeping in St. Louis. And if you're still watching this video, it probably means that you are thinking of moving to St. Louis. Down below in the description is my number and my email. I get reach outs every single week of people moving to St. Louis and wanting to find a new family home for them. So please be reaching out, because it is honestly the best part of my job to be helping people like you find your next dream home. So what is this new community that has me thinking of moving away from the city and wanting to move to this suburban area? Well, it's called Newtown, and it was built in 2004. It has over 6 restaurants, a volleyball court, an amphitheater where they have a lot of concerts and local events. It's essentially a small town unto itself, and the designer back in 2004 just wanted it to be a new suburbanism, where it's built around the community and built around walkability and built around really getting to know your neighbors, kind of like what it's like in the city, as opposed to the suburban areas and typical subdivisions where you're winding around streets and driving for 5 minutes in your subdivision before you even get to your home. That is not what Newtown is. Now, it is all newer built homes. You do get a decent amount of square footage, but it is completely different than what a typical suburban home is. It is located in St. Charles, more to the north, and it's a fantastic area. St. Charles is the hottest growing and the most rapidly appreciating county within Missouri, and there are a significant amount of investors and homeowners that are looking to be moving in this area. St. Charles as a whole. Newtown is an exception because there's even more people trying to move to this area, and by the end of this video, maybe you're one of those people as well. So what has me all riled up about Newtown and why I think it's actually a fantastic place to be living, even though I personally don't like subdivisions? Well, my wife and I, we are in St. Louis City, and the reason that we're attracted to the city is that we love the walkability. We love walking our dog and our newborn baby to the park. We love walking past our neighbors and saying hi. We don't care about having a lot of square footage in our backyard because we can go to the park. And we love our restaurants and going to local eateries that are very unique and just having a more walkable experience. Now, normal subdivisions do not have any of that. You got to drive minutes to get from the subdivision to your house, and then at least 10 minutes just to be going anywhere that you want. Newtown is the exception. So within Newtown, no matter where you are in the home, you are just 2 blocks away from either a waterway or also a park. So even though the lot sizes are very small, you're still kind of on top of each other and your neighbors, similar to what you would experience in the city. It is still very easy for you to get outside, for you to go fishing, to go kayaking, to be playing soccer in the grass. And people really don't use their backyards because they're using all of the communal spaces. Now, if you are an introvert, don't like talking with your neighbors, and would like to keep to yourself, maybe Newtown is not the right place for you, because the whole concept of Newtown is derived around community and getting to know your neighbors. So in a lot of subdivisions, you'll have a deck in the back, or you have a lot of the space that you're going to want to be playing with your kids in the backyard. That is not so within Newtown. You have a small backyard and you have a front porch where you're able to go out there in the evening and get to chat with the neighbors as they're walking their dogs or their kids or going to soccer practice. And it's really built around just getting to know your neighbors. Now, the reason that I'm considering moving to Newtown, even though I probably won't, I wish that I would, is with normal subdivisions, I just don't like the cookie cutter feel and how every home seems the same. But within Newtown, it is all very different. It is very Virginian style and a lot of different cool architectural features. It doesn't look very master plan-y, and each home has its own unique character to it, even though they are only about 20 years old. Now, I have said this so many times and harping on it again, is that Newtown is built around the community and the neighbors. So there is this amphitheater where there's a lot of local concerts. They'll do a lot of local events, and everything is really centered around the amphitheater and the major lakes and waterways within Newtown. So I was doing my open house around Easter, which I'm sure you're watching this significantly past April. However, when I went there, I was chatting with a lot of the locals and the neighbors, and they are all extremely friendly. And they were saying that they had to get going from the open house because there was an Easter egg hunt. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome that this neighborhood is putting on an Easter egg hunt. And they were like, yeah, there's actually 6 of them throughout the whole Newtown community. And so that is just absolutely insane for 2 reasons. First is that the neighborhood really cares about the young families and wanting to put on an Easter egg hunt. And second, that there are so many young families that they need to have 6 Easter egg hunts. And that kind of puts into perspective the different types of people that are living within Newtown and walking around and chatting with a lot of the neighbors. It's essentially a lot of newer families with young kids, or they are older retired folks that still want to get out, have the walkability, and get to chat with their neighbors without necessarily needing to get in their car and drive and different things like that. So Newtown does have a lot to offer. There are over 6 restaurants. There's the dentist, there's the barber shop, there is a vet. There's just a lot to be offering. Oh, and there is a bakery. I walked in there and it smelled so delicious. I forgot my wallet to buy anything, but oh my gosh, it smelled so good. So it's essentially this small town vibe within a subdivision all unto itself. Now, this might be for you, but it might not be for you as well, because some things that you'll get in there is a smaller lot size. You're gonna be on top of your neighbors. You're not gonna have a big backyard. And typically a decent amount of the homes are on the smaller side for the price compared to other things that you might buy within St. Charles. So you're getting a little bit less square footage and a little bit less lot for your money. However, you get to be a part of the community and you really get to know your neighbors and having a lot more walkability, which is something that me and my wife, we really value, of getting to know our neighbors and also having that walkability, going to different restaurants and parks and volleyball courts and different things like that. That you get within Newtown. Now, I want to pause real quick. If you are thinking of possibly maybe considering buying a home within St. Louis, I want to make sure that you are taken care of. So down below is my number and my email. Please reach out, because every single day I'm getting connected with people that are looking to be buying their next home within St. Louis. I would love to be helping you as well find that right subdivision and community for you. It might be Newtown, it might not be Newtown. Either way, would love to be helping you, and all you have to do is reach out with my number down below. So Newtown is sounding really great, right? Well, there is one drawback, as with most neighborhoods. So Newtown is located in St. Charles, which is the suburban of the suburbans within St. Louis. Now, I know that within Newtown, the specific community, you might not need a car. There are a lot of golf carts though. And you might not need a car within the specific Newtown subdivision and community. However, you're still most likely gonna need a car to be getting around, which is the case within almost every single neighborhood of St. Louis. And if you are looking for a more walkable neighborhood, I have another video that talks about all of the best walkable neighborhoods within St. Louis. So make sure to be checking that out. I just wanted to mention that just in case you were thinking, yes, I can be in a suburban community and not need a car. Unfortunately, if you're living in St. Louis, you're most likely gonna need a car. But Newtown might be a fantastic opportunity for you and your family. There are a significant amount of people looking to buy in this area. While I held my open house, a lot of the people that came through are like, yeah, I've been trying to get into Newtown for a year, 2 years, or I've written a few offers on homes within Newtown, and it is an extremely desirable area. And when writing a contract, writing an offer, trying to get into a community that you really like that is also super competitive, you need to have a knowledgeable agent that knows all of the tips and tricks of getting into your dream home. And that would be me. I love helping people find their dream home and getting them into the neighborhood that they love. So my number is down in the description. Please be reaching out. And I also, as a former teacher, love educating and teaching people about the home buying process, how to sell a home, and also the different neighborhoods within St. Louis and what to expect when living in St. Louis. So make sure to be checking out these other videos all about living in St. Louis.